Yo, what is up, you guys? It's your boy Swag-kun back at it again with another video, and today we're going to be making an updated attack mission main and support tier list right before the anniversary. So I want to make an updated tier list after the anniversary is done and we can go over how the units are, but I also want to make one before the annie and make sure, you know, so y'all know where we at with all new Shinobi. It's been a while since we've done a tier list at all. I think it's been since August, and we got a couple new Shinobi to go over. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. I will be doing a defense tier list as well, but I'll be making that in a separate video so that you guys don't have to sit through like a 3-hour long video basically. So I'll split it up into 2 parts like always. But let's get straight into it. Let's go over god tier and see if there's anyone else who we can remove. We're gonna move through all the units here if there's anyone that needs to be switched tiers, and then we're gonna get straight into the new Shinobi. So in god tier, I think I'm going to keep everybody here so far, but I do think I'm going to lift Obito to the top. This man is insane still at soloing an attack mission. I always use him to grind Gokunin every single week. So I definitely think this man deserves his flowers, and we're going to put him up here in god tier. But for the most part, I want to keep everyone up here so far. Even though the final value units did get nerfed with the youth tools, they still find a way to maintain their versatility and are still very, very good at being mains in the game. So next up, at the next tier, we got Clapping Cheeks, double S tier right here for the next attack mission mains. For the most part, I think I'm going to keep everybody in here, but I do think I'm going to drop down OG Itachi, and I think I'm going to drop down Sage of 6 Paths Madara. Now, that doesn't mean that they're bad by any means. All these units are still very, very good. I'm only dropping them down because I believe they can be a little bit squishy, and they take a little bit more investment in order to be at the tier of double S tier. So obviously, if you invest in them, put a lot of attack, put a lot of defense, or a lot of HP on them, a lot of resistances, then they can sneak their way up to double S tier. But overall, for most players who are building them up, I think you have to be very investing into them in order for them to be in double S tier. So I'm going to drop them down to great, but there's better. But as far as everybody else in here, I do think I'm going to keep them in here. Edo Minato, I know that he also got nerfed with the tools, but I still think he can kind of sneak his way around with evasion and everything, and he still has a good gate crash, so I'll keep him up here for sure. Everybody else, I believe, still deserves their spot up here. What about in great, but there's better? Let's check this out. So I do think that everybody here can probably stay here, in my opinion. I think I'm going to drop down Jiraiya, though. Jiraiya and KLM Minato, he's a little limited by his ability board. I think he only has like 2. With his link board, he only has 2 of them, so it does limit him a little bit, but I think he could still sneak his way right here. Same with Anbo Itachi. So for the most part, I think this should be pretty updated, pretty clean. And I know that like EMS Sasuke and this Itachi got limit breaks, but still, I don't think that they're going to move their way up to great, but there's better at all, unfortunately. I mean, maybe EMS Sasuke. I guess EMS Sasuke can kind of sneak his way up there with his new limit break. But even then, it's still kind of, it's still kind of iffy. So I'll keep him here for now. But I guess that's kind of a debate. It's not really a game changer regardless, though. So without further ado, let's get straight into the brand new units. So Hashirama came out with Kid Naruto. Let me move Kid Naruto here so I can do both of them at the same time. Hashirama came out with Kid Naruto, Madara came out with Kid Sasuke. So let's go over Hashirama first. Hashirama came out with his new Shuriken Jutsu and a new limit break. Unfortunately, it was a little bit underwhelming. I do think Madara was the better of Hashirama and Madara. I think Madara was the better one of the two. But I don't think he's bad at all, so I am going to put him in double S tier, Clapping Cheeks. He's not bad, and he definitely can still be very useful as a team main. As a team main, he's able to keep his team together, has a really good shotgun jutsu, a good limit break, and he's able to give everyone status out immunity. So, and he has a really good Final 4 entry with his brand new X Ultimate. And I mean, he's all around a very, very solid unit. So, as an attack mission main, he does belong in Clapping Cheeks. Next, we got Kid Naruto. So, Kid Naruto as a team main, honestly, I think I'm going to put him in great, but there's better. He is lacking. His limit break is the one that really holds him back, I feel like. His limit break holds him back a little bit. I feel like as a team main, he's not the best. Like, there's definitely better units out there. Like, he does give buffs, slight buffs to himself, but he doesn't really give his team too many buffs. He does pretty good damage. He does really good damage. That's where his utility comes in. He's a red type, does really good damage. But it's just, I feel like he's lacking in the limit break aspect. So in the sense, if he gets left alone in the room with a defender, it's going to be really hard to kind of hold his own, and his his final 4 entry is a little bit difficult to master. You have to start his Rasengan right before you go in, and when he takes a step forward to actually use it, that's when you'll summon the defenders. And even then, it's kind of hard for him to survive since he's a little bit squishy. So we're going to put him in great, but there's better as an attack mission main. Madara, we are going to put this man in double S tier, clapping cheeks. Definitely deserves a spot up here. Some people might even say he can go up to God tier. The only thing I think that's keeping him from being there is his final 4 entry, since his ultimate lasts a little bit of a long time to summon. But his chakra depletion is crazy, his damage is crazy, and he has a lot of AoE. And he has a lot of versatility with his kit, because you could use his Susanoo, you can use his Fire Tornado Jutsu. He's just a very overall good unit, and he has a good final 4 entry with his new limit break. So very solid, very, very good unit in Madara. Next we got Rin. I also do think Rin belongs in double S tier as an attack mission main. She kind of has everything that you need in an attack mission main. Like she has like a Narukage type running jutsu. She also has like buffs to give to her team. She's able to summon a bunch of traps. She's able to clear traps. She's able to heal her team. And then depending on which ultimate you want to use, you could use Healing Chime if you want. But with her new X ultimate, she's also very good still. She's able to get her attack up. And if you pair her as an attack mission main with a lot of damage dealing supports, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be really set. So I personally think Rin belongs in double S tier for sure. So we're gonna keep her right here and clapping cheeks. Next we got Sasori and Darui. So how do I feel about these two guys? Honestly, Sasori, I'm gonna put him in great, but there's better. He's just a very squishy unit in my opinion. He's very squishy. His kit is he kind of has the same problem that Datara has right here, unfortunately, where they've been abandoned for so long without any love. So their last jutsu is really hard to kind of put in there, because their first 2 jutsus don't really have a low cooldown. So they need a 3rd jutsu in there, and that 3rd jutsu normally is the one that's pretty ass, that was meta back in like 1996. So you know what I'm saying? So we're going to put this man in great, but there's better. Same with Darui. I think Darui is a little bit better though. He doesn't have a 3rd jutsu that is like deal breaking, but he does have a 3rd jutsu that could put him with a good knockdown combo. But still, I do also think that he has the same problem as OG Itachi and Sage of Six Pass Madara, where you have to put a lot of investment into him for him to be really good. You know what I'm saying? If you build him good though, I've seen videos of people soloing bases with Darui. He does really good damage since he's a red type unit, and at the same time he has good AoE, he has a good trap clear, and he has a good knockdown combo. But it takes a lot of investment, and it takes a lot of resistances, a lot of tools you need to use to build him up. But when built up the right way, he can sneak his way up to double S tier as well, just like Itachi and just like Madara, or Sage of Six Pass Madara. So next we got Kid Sasuke, who came out with OG Madara with his rekit. Kid Sasuke and Kid Naruto were the first kid units, like, I guess, that we've been waiting for a really long time. As an attack mission main, it's a team attack mission main. You know what? I think I'll sneak him into double S tier. I think he does insane damage. He has a really good trap clear. He has a lot of AoE. He's a little bit squishy too, but I think his damage output is just so insane that he could sneak his way out to double S tier. And he's able to keep his team together. So definitely think he earns his stripes right here and can sneak his way into double S tier as well. So we're going to put Kid Sasuke right here. Next, we got DMS Kakashi. High key, the biggest disappointment in like 2022, honestly, in NXB, because we've all been waiting on a DMS Kakashi rekit forever, and Bandai decided to absolutely rip his dick off and make this man atrocious, unfortunately. Now, we're going to put this man in great, but there's better. Same thing as Itachi, same thing as Sasori and Darui. If you build him up the right way, he's still decent. I mean, you could like max him out and he'd still probably stay here in great, but there's better. It's just, man, he has like no AoE. He has no, I mean, he gives his team some buffs, but he doesn't have a lot of range, which doesn't make it any better. Doesn't have any iframes. It's just, nah, he's not that good. And his X ultimate isn't that great either. They did him pretty dirty, honestly. And finally, for attack mission main in the tier list, we're going to put in Tobirama and Kimimaru, the brand new units that just came out. Tobirama, in my humble opinion, belongs in God tier. This man has everything that you need in an attack mission main, and that's just my opinion. I know some people might think, oh, you know what, he's not as good as these guys, but let me tell you, look, you tell me, what do you need in an attack mission main? I just made a video about this earlier, like last week or something. You need someone who gives buffs to your team, which he does. You need someone who has AoE and can hold their own in the fight, which he does. You need someone who has a good knockdown combo, which he does. And you need someone who has a good Final Four entry, which he does. A good X Ultimate, which he does. He's like the whole package. He has everything that you need. And the good thing about him is you can use a third jutsu. You can. His old kit is good enough to where you have a good third jutsu. You can either use his Whirlpool, which is good for sucking in enemies and keeping them in one little area, or you could use his like water fountain, water jet thing jutsu, where you shoot him up into the air, which gives him a good knockdown combo. But you don't need a third jutsu because his two jutsus, his two new Rikit jutsus, have a low cooldown, and they're perfectly fine enough to be able to hold his own with just those two jutsus. So, in my opinion, as of right now, I think he's God tier. I do think he's probably God tier in Final Four as well, but definitely as an attack mission main, I do think he earns the stripes and belongs up here. So next we got Kimimaro. Kimimaro, honestly, I've gotten some mixed reviews on. I heard he's actually really good if you build him up the right way, but I do think he lacks a little bit of range. But I heard his damage output is really, really nice. It's a little bit difficult for me to say that he's a God tier since I don't have him as a unit, and I haven't really seen too many showcases on him. But for now, at the moment, let's keep him in double S tier. I know that his ultimate revives him every single time, which is an amazing buff to have on your ultimate. I just don't think he's really on the level of here yet. He might be as a solo attack mission main, but I just need to see a little bit more of him. But I do definitely see the potential in him being God tier. But as of right now, I'm going to keep him here double S tier. Still very respectable, clapping cheeks. So this is the tag mission main tier list. Without further ado, let's get straight into the support tier list. I'll leave this up here for a couple seconds in case you guys didn't take a screenshot. But let's get straight into the support tier list of October 22. All right, you guys, next up we have the support tier list for the updated before anniversary. So let's go ahead and go over the support. So first of all, as the last time, we're going to go through and make sure that there's anybody that needs to be moved up, maybe moved down, but we'll go ahead and check it out right now. So let's see, we got Momoshiki, Sakura, Naruto. These guys so far still belong up here in my opinion. Maybe Final Valley Naruto, I could drop him down to clapping cheeks. With Final Valley Sasuke, I think that's fair. We could probably keep him right here and clapping cheeks. Kushina, yeah, we could probably keep her there. Jubito, Indra. I'm gonna drop Madara down to great, but there's better. Rampage Obito, not bad. War Sakura, not bad. I guess. No, I'll probably drop her down one. And I think we can keep this here. For the most part, I think this should be okay. Oh, I think Itachi, we're probably going to drop him down too. Same as last time, you know, I just think he's a little bit squishy. Same with Madara. They're just a little bit too squishy. War Sakura, I think, is a little bit outdated in the sense that I think there's a lot better support units out there, but she can still hold her own, for sure. None of these units are bad at all. Right here in the great, but there's better. It's just, you know, there's better units out there. But okay, let's go through this one more time. I think these should be good for the most part. Even Kazekage Gaara is still pretty good in here, in my opinion. Rampage Obito's pretty good. I think he can hold his own in the fight, so he's a good DPS unit. What about in great, but there's better? I'll probably drop down this Tsunade. She's very outdated, in my opinion. Very outdated. Jiraiya, we could put him down here as well. We got Kawaki. He can probably stay there. Naruto Light, Minato. Edo Minato's not really a great support unit in my opinion, but I don't think he's dookie. I want to say he's dookie. We could probably keep him there. Obito's not a great support unit at all in my opinion. I don't think he's that great. We could put him down there. Karma Boruto's not bad. Danzo, Deidara. Yeah, I think that seems about fine for now. I don't think that's too bad. Okay, so this is the updated tier list of right now. So now let's go ahead and add the units just as we did last time. So starting off with Hashirama again. Hashirama's support unit is overall very solid, very overall great unit. So we're gonna put him in double S tier. Nothing too crazy. He's not broken by any means, but he just gives all the buffs that your team really needs with healing, status helmet immunity, knockdowns, range, all that good stuff. Just all around solid, pretty solid unit all around. So not God tier by any means. He's not broken in any way, but he's just very solid. So we'll keep him right here. Kid Naruto, as a support, I'll probably put him in clapping cheeks. He's a really good DPS support in the sense that if you need a damage dealing support unit, he's a really good option in my opinion, because he does more damage with the more characters and the more traps I believe you have in a room. So if you go with the full squad with him on your team, he's going to do a lot more damage. He has really good knockdowns, and with his sexy jutsu, he has paralysis, seal, confusion, all that stuff. It could be any one of those two. So very, very solid as a support. So I'm going to keep him there. As a DPS support, he's clapping cheeks in my opinion. Madara, we have Madara. He also belongs up here in clapping cheeks. Range, damage, AoE, all that good stuff definitely belongs up here and has a really good knockdown combo. So he's definitely going to help you clap some cheeks in the tag mission. So we'll keep him right here. Rin. Oh, I'm kind of tempted to put her in God tier or clapping cheeks. You know what? If you put her healing chime ultimate, I do believe she can sneak her way in God tier. If you put her healing chime ultimate and she's constantly giving you invincibility, I think she belongs in God tier. I think she has everything that you really need. I mean, she gives everybody a huge attack buff. She gives everybody a good knockdown combo with her tornado jutsu thing. Gives everyone a speed buff. Gives everyone invincibility, heals, HP, chakra. I think she's got the full package in my opinion. So I'll probably put her in God tier. I'm kind of bouncing between these two though. Now, you know what? For now, let's put her in clapping cheeks for now. I personally haven't seen her used too much as a support. I know everyone's using her in Final 4, and she's amazing in Final 4. But as a support, nah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's put her up here. I think she earns it. In my opinion, I think she's up there. But these are interchangeable in my opinion. I just think she's a really good support, so we'll keep her up there for now. Sasori is low league Dookie. Darui is, we could probably put him in great, but there's better in my opinion. I think he does decent enough damage to sneak his way up here. We got Kid Sasuke. Kid Sasuke's not bad, but I do think he's a little bit squishy as a support unit, so I'll probably put him right here. But if I have Kid Naruto up here, nah, let's put him here. If I have Kid Naruto up here, I think Kid Sasuke deserves a spot up here. I don't think he's that low. I don't think he's as squishy as Itachi is or Madara is, so we'll put him right here. And he does have really good buffs as well, so, and he can hold his own in the fight, so I definitely think he's a good DPS unit as well, so we'll keep him here. DMS Kakashi, low league Dookie. Unfortunately, man, that is the biggest tragedy of NXB history, honestly, bro. That's tragic. Okay, so with the final two units, we have Kimimaru and Tobirama. Let's go ahead and see where they land on the tier list. So Tobirama as a support, I'm going to put him in clapping cheeks. I think, like I said, he has good AoE, has a good whirlpool, has a great X ultimate that lasts a very long time. I think he earns a spot right here in double S tier, clapping cheeks. Kimimaru as well. I do think he earns a spot right here in double S tier. His damage output is really good. Since support units are a little more a little more flexible, so you can have a healing unit or you can have just a strict damage dealing unit. Kimimaru's your guy. He's a very good damage dealing unit. When you're, and he can hold his own in the fight, definitely. He definitely can. So, if he flies off into another room, you don't really got to worry about him. He can easily one-shot, two-shot, three-shot an opponent. So yeah, this man is really good as an attack-based support unit. So this is the tier list, guys. This is an updated tier list. Please drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the Swag fam yet. We also have a Discord link in the description. Please make sure you guys join that as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the tier list. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. Let me know what you guys think. But without further ado, I hope you guys have a blessed day today. Thank you guys for watching, for all the love and support. But anyways, see you guys in the next one.